Welcome back. As the title says, today we are working on making some gold. We're just getting all of our chat set up. Welcome in, guys. It is Saturday. The Saturday bonus stream. Quick little just promo while I'm getting set up, guys. We do live stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A lot of Pokemon stuff. Also some World of Warcraft, Turtle World of Warcraft stuff. If any of that is your jam, drop a subscribe. We do some giveaways on the channel. Also, we are working on a big Pokemon set giveaway also. So if you want to get in on that, all you got to do is subscribe. Now, the main goal of today is to do a little bit of teaching on how to make some gold in Turtle WoW. Now, I'm going to preface by saying right off the bat, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is getting gold in Turtle WoW is one of two things. It's luck and hard work. And being completely honest, that luck comes from hard work. So what I mean by that is that there will be times when, you know what, you just go and get a drop and it is worth 100 gold, 1,000 gold, 20 gold, it doesn't matter. But the chances are so rare that it's like, you know, anybody can win the lottery, but chances are you've played the lottery more than once, right? So that is essentially some of the places we'll take you to today have some better drops, but we're going for consistency. That is the main goal of today, is consistency. Jarn, welcome in. Let me know how the sound volume is in case I need to swap anything. But yeah, so we're going with consistency. So we're going to take you guys on our very first stop. And while we are on our first stop to making some gold, this is an easy one while leveling. So we're going to go over some leveling stuff, especially lower level stuff to make some gold before we hop into the stuff that makes a bit more gold, but it obviously you have to be a higher level for. I think it's important to try to make my playstyle specifically. I like to make gold while I go. And especially in Turtle WoW, we play on the PvP server where you get double experience and there's tents, so you're kind of going 4 times faster. There's such a speed to get to level 60 that by the time you get to level 60, you have no money. Like, even at this point, I don't even have my epic riding yet. Jarn, dude, this is more of a watch. This is not really a join situation. This is all solo stuff. The whole point of what I'm kind of doing is this is the type of stuff you could come back to this video and watch and be like, oh, I need to make some gold. What level am I? Or am I level 60? Where's a good place to go? So the first place we are going to be going is Westfall. This is an easy one. Now, I like this one for one very good reason, and it's because anybody can do this. Literally anybody can do this. It is so easy. Is it going to make you rich? Absolutely not. But when you have a brand new character, the most important thing you can do is get bag space. There's a direct relationship between making gold and having decent bag space. So, as you guys can see right here, we got our normal backpack. Now, I've done my best to empty everything out. So I got it down to all of this, one bag mostly full, but still. You want to have a big bag so that you are not forced to go and vend very often. And now that we are here, we are going to be looking for these vultures. Now, the vultures range, I believe, from level 11 to 17. Now, obviously, you can kill whatever you want here, but our first kill, we already have gotten a light feather. Boom. Now, it does say that these sell for about 8 silver. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but the thing is, I'm fairly certain that the drop rate is 20 to 30% on these. So there is some easy patches, and like I said, level 11 to 17. So you can really, if you want to, you could grind these out until you're level 20, 22, just getting items, just getting those light feathers. Now, you will be able to also sell the eggs. Is it worth your inventory slot at the bank when you're only allowed 120? Probably not, but pretty much everything else you're gonna get, you're gonna vend. Stringing vulture meat you can sell because there is cooking also, But yeah, so just going back and forth. Now, the one thing also to note is the higher the level the vulture is, the higher the chance it has to dropping the light feathers. Light feathers are used for mages, and they use them, I believe it's for Featherfall. It's one of their casting skills. And yeah, like I said, you're not going to make a lot, but like, you know, it says that we're going to be able to sell them for 8. I mean, even if we sell them for 4 silver, this stage in the game, getting 2 stacks of those is going to almost get you to 2 gold, right? So that's kind of all we're trying to do. This is the early game, because at this point in your game, the most important thing for you should be trying to upgrade your bags. You want to be in full runecloth bags as quickly as possible. There's a direct relationship between people that have gold and people that don't have gold based on the sooner you get the runecloth bags. Yeah, Jarn, you want the big bags. It's clear as day. Maddie, welcome in. We're doing a gold guide today. So from these vultures, essentially, you can find them everywhere. The spot I like is literally right by the flight path because it's the level 17-ish ones. But you can walk all the way around, and I'll show you a spot. Well, there we go. We got somebody else already stealing them from me. But you can see he's level 17 or 18. And there's also some quests you can get to kill the vultures too. So you can double down when you're a low level. But I'll show you guys like kind of the spawn I like. So you get off your flight path over here. We're at Sentinel Hill. You come over here. You've already seen me kill a bunch. You can kill boars if you want because you can get some of their innards to sell for cooking stuff too. But once you've cleared this, walk behind the mountain. Essentially, we're going to scale all the way on this side of the road, all the way up to this mountain. As you can see, I also have mining, so, you know, you will get some mining patches here too. Maddie, we miss you too. We absolutely miss you too. You will be able to also pick up a couple of greens. I would say that if you're disenchanting, it's probably good to disenchant. You will probably get a couple of greens that are worth putting in the auction house, but not a ton. Just being realistic, not a ton. So we're just going to keep walking down this line. And by the time, granted, I'm going to mount. And I'm killing these things in one hit. But by the time you get all the way down here, probably the ones back near Sentinel Hill and by this field will all have respawned. Airport. So now I'm waiting for the ferry back. Ah. Wait, the ferry back? Which ferry did you end up taking? I know a wee bit about your area, so I'm just curious. So there you guys go. I did the full spawn. Okay, we got one more. Now, granted, like I said, it's kind of like a 20 to 30% drop rate. Now, and also level 11 to 17, so sometimes you get experience, sometimes you won't. But let's take a look. So there is some small eggs that if you want to do cooking, great for leveling up your cooking. We can actually take a look at our cooking. It's one of the very first skills you will get. There we go, right here. Mild spice, you just get it from a cooking trainer, and then boom, you're making one of your very first gain stamina foods. So there you go. You can use the eggs for cooking. Now, out of all of this, the light feathers we're gonna keep. We'll check what the vulture meat is going for, and we would use these to make food. The rest of it can just be junk vend. If you get any greens, grays, whites, it's going to be depending on the stats. All your grays are going to be vended. All of your whites, unless you've got empty slots because it's a brand new tune, you'll probably vend those too. And then greens, situational. If it's, you know, a back with anything on it other than like maybe just spirit, you're probably gonna auction house it. If it's a weapon that say has strength or agility, you're probably gonna auction house it. Just know your classes, but mostly just disenchant or vend. But there you guys go. There is number 1 for level, I'm going to call it level 10 to level 20. Easy place to make some gold. Now we're going to quickly just go to the vendor here, and then we are going to go to our very next step. Our next spot. So all that gone. We're gonna just vend the eggs because we have 300 cooking. So now we're gonna walk to our next spot, just because it's closer for us to walk from this side in Duskwood than the other way. Now I can pick up on the chat. Oh, you're on Bainbridge Island. Wow. Okay, cool. It's beautiful out there, I've heard. We will talk about professions a bit. But we'll do more professions all together. Actually, you know what? Let's not even grab that. Just so we can get a better idea of what I get from doing each spawn just once. Yeah, it is beautiful out there. I vended everything except the feathers and the string vulture meat. Used for cooking also, but it is worth a little bit more. 2 silver a piece approximately when we're talking early day stages, because like, let's be real, like I said, those rune cloth bags are important to get. So if you want to get those rune cloth bags, the goal is to get about 3 gold. Just keeping it simple, 3 gold. Every silver counts. At the end of this video, we will also go over smart ideas on how to list your items. Because there is definitely a right way and a wrong way to list items. So that means, Maddie, that we're gonna get you back on WoW pretty quick here, by the sounds of it. We also do want to avoid the horde. You won't see a ton of horde in Duskwood, but you might. I will say that if you do see horde as like the level range that I'm saying you should be in here, chances are they're not gonna bother you too much. Yeah, like I'm not gonna go and pester him level 27 or 29. It's not worth it. Not worth it for me. I get nothing out of it. All right, our next spawn. We are right below Elwyn Forest. I would suggest if you were in Stormwind, you walk down, it's the fastest way. Or you can fly to Westfall and then walk over like I did. Flying to Duskwood, it takes longer to get here than either of the 2 paths I just told you to. We are going to be killing the Black Widow hatchlings. Bonus on this, you can actually get a companion pet. We will probably get one. To have a little pet Black Widow. If you get spooked by spiders, this may not be the spot for you, but it's level 24 and 25. There might be level 26. So this is a good spot if you have some half decent gear to be like 23 to 30. You'll get half decent experience. I think I was killing on my level 28 or 29 today with double experience. I was getting 500 experience per kill on these guys. Now, obviously, sometimes they will just drop nothing, but we are killing these guys looking for large venom sacs. There is also some spider cooking recipes, so you can do cooking along the way also. But we are killing these guys looking for the venom sacs. So, what we're going to do while we're just waiting is we are going to do some inventory management. We're just going to take all the items that we are going to keep and put them in one of our bags at the back here. And then, so we know all our stuff at the front is exactly what we're doing. Okay, can we just kill this spider? So, crispy, gooey legs. Also, a lot of this food can be good for hunters for their pets. You will also get some silk. Look at the markets on silk. We'll keep it for now. Generally, the lower level silk, unless you're going to be in tailoring, is really just a vending item. You could keep it and try to sell it, but you always got to look at the auction house fees. Auction house fees can kill you. But we'll keep it until the end and check it out there. I believe the drop rate on these guys is about 8 to 12, something like that. Don't 100% quote me on that. So these ones you will not be getting as much, but like I said, this is just about leveling up while getting some gold. It's getting gold while you're going, you know. Jarn, you're level 30, not a horrible spot if you want to come and do it. Now, Spider Ichor, you can pretty much get that from everywhere. Don't be fooled. It is a vend item. It is not a selling item. It is just junk loot. But you know what? Also, the thing is, we are getting half decent kind of junk loot now. If you see these, 6 of these is worth 3 silver. So we're actually stacking up a half decent amount of silver just from junk loot. Now, we started up here. You're going to walk essentially all the way down here to here and then back up. It's like a triangle type loop. And you'll be able to get all the spiders. Chances are you're not going to be hiding this or sharing this spawn with anyone. You might be. It's good for herbalism also. Barthorn over here, as well as a little bit of mining. But there we go. Large venom sack. It says 75 silver. It's been a long time since I've tried selling them. When I was selling them, it was about 50 to 60 silver a piece. But now we're starting to get into the point where it's like, okay, all it takes is getting 2 of those and you essentially have gotten yourself a gold, potentially a gold and a half. Do I vend rough feathers? You only keep light feathers. Light feathers are the only thing you keep from the first feather spot. First spot, vulture meat, light feathers, eggs if you're doing cooking, greens, depending on which greens it is. You will be able to also get some greens here. I don't think I've ever gotten a blue here. You will also, it is worth noting, start getting shoulder pieces. I'm going to leave that to your own discretion. If you want the hassle of trying to sell shoulder pieces, it's up to you. It's the first drops you can essentially get. They do sell. It's just a matter of whether you have the space for it. I don't know why I did that. It's whether you have the space for it. We'll keep it for the sake of what we're doing. But it's the first place you're realistically going to get them. You might get a couple of shoulder pieces in dead mines. But yeah, the shoulders, you should be able to get a clean, easy 10 silver to somebody that's making a tune. It's worth 10 silver, or, you know, you just vend it for 4. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, Maddie, how do you like your place? I would say also, for the sake of just talking, okay, yeah, and we're also not gonna like do anything when we're trying to get gold. Oh, there we go. We got Jarn over here like, ooh, I like your idea. I'm gonna kill spiders. So I would expect to get 1 or 2 venom sacks. If odds are really good, 3. He's gonna kill me. That's okay. Honestly, even fighting is just like gonna probably promote him to keep going, but it's not a bad place. Like, the one thing is the walking here, not a big deal. Small, but it's perfect for the short term. Nice. So are we thinking like 6 months there? Is that like the short term we're kind of thinking? Here's a real question. Is this guy just gonna be camping me now? We will find out. He got his honor. Maybe that will be enough. I will also go as far to say that for hunting any warriors, if you're out here listening, dual wielding is a little bit better, just because you do, well, I mean, unless you crit like that and you hit him in one swing. I mean, that's reasonable. That is very reasonable. So there we go. We're just going to continue on this whole circle. Or sorry, triangle as I said earlier. But yeah, you'll probably have a little bit more fun doing this dual wielding in Fury if you're a warrior. Swinging slow to kill these things, it can be a little, you know, just waiting. I mean, isn't that all World of Warcraft Total WoW is just waiting around. And that, look at that. Even at level 60, by the time I wrap back around, everything is back up. So you can just continue the loop again. There's more Barthorn, so definitely not some terrible leveling. All right, so we're just essentially done one loop here. This is fine. So we got one large venom sac. So we'll keep that for. We're gonna keep the shoulders, and we are gonna keep the silk for now. Oh, nice! This guy found me again. Sweet. Oh, and now he's just... Well, not much I can do about that, to be honest. I'm definitely not in my PvP spec right now. But yeah, there you go. So we got this done. So what we're going to do is we're going to stone back. We do not need to be here anymore. So this is going to cover you to level 30. Depending on your class. Oh, and also this brings up another great thing. We got the Black Widow hatchling. We did it in one round. So there you guys go. It is soulbound. It is going to be our pet. We'll go take a look. So it kind of, it doesn't sell for anything. And if you get more than one, you can't vend them or anything. But you know, if you are thinking of getting some cool companions, it's kind of a fun one. And an easy one to get. Like, you know, you farm the companion. Okay. Yeah. So he's over there. Let's hopefully not spawn right by him. So we'll come back to life. And then we're gonna stone out. Do it right away. We don't need to be dealing with these horde. Oh, there he is. He's coming for me again. Oh, that's a different one. There's a lot of horde over here today though. A lot of horde. Okay. So let's get this spider real quick. We'll show you the companion. Companions. Oh, wrong spider apparently. Apparently it goes alphabetical. Oh, Black Widow. There you go. So if you want a Black Widow, that's where you get him too. Okay. So let's go here. We'll just get rid of the grays right off the bat. 22 silver, not bad. You can keep some of this for feeding and for, I would get rid of all the ichors. And we actually got 2 of the spider pets in that. That's how easy it is to get. And you can keep some of this for cooking if you want. I have found personally that they do not sell very well. You can try if you want. To me, it's better to just get the like 5 or 6 silver right there. So, you know, we ended up getting essentially 30 silver in that one run, plus the shoulders, which will easily get 10 to 15. The large venom sac, which I'm gonna call it just 50 to be safe. So one run, you're kind of getting 1 gold. Getting rich in this game is not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be overnight. And then after this, we are going to be flying to the Wetlands. Wetlands, we're going to do 2 grinds for you guys. We're going to show you where you can get tin, which I found tin to be one of the tougher items to get with mining. Oh, and then we're also going to show you the next item that is great for farming. Snapping, welcome in. How's it going? Snapping. Once we are done, I want you to come back and rewatch this whole video. This video is inspired by you. You have inspired this video. This whole video is me walking through what levels to make gold. Just picked your Wrangler up. Oh, poor soul. I forgot you drive a Jeep. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Maddie, did you sell your car or did you drive that and a U-Haul across the country? Is that why your mom was with you? I'm actually, this video, I think I am going to mainstream and I'm going to do a cut on it. I'll probably actually make a thumbnail and do a cut, and we'll cut out the times I get bodied by the what do you call it, horde, and take out all these flight times. Oh, you only drove your car? I thought you had a U-Haul for some reason. All right, bonus points to anybody who can tell me what video game this music is from. Quadruple points if it's snapping, but it won't be snapping. Double points for everybody else, quadruple points for snapping if she can guess. Someone's being drama. Ooh, drama alert. Nope, U-Haul was almost 4K. Right, I do recall that. Well, I'm really happy that we have you back on stream, Maddie. We've missed you a lot. Me and Kazupal have literally destroyed the guild while you've been gone. Unintentionally, of course. Just kidding, we didn't destroy it. It's still here, look, it's still here. It's still here. Look, Jarn is level 30 now. No, Bruno's still here, isn't he? Yeah, Bruno's still here. Bruno stayed with us. Snapping, Kazupal, and myself did Ubers last night with Bruno and Dr. Weird. I was 30. Jarn, are you 31 now? Is that what you're trying to say? Jarn is no, you're still 30. It says you're still 30. No. No, Maddie, he hasn't talked to anybody about it. It was the most chaotic thing. Yeah, Snapping had never done Ubers before. It was not chaotic, Snapping. Honestly, it was I will say, Bear Tank was wild. Bear Tank was wild. He was fast. He did not stop for anybody. But Snap also... Snap got 2 upgrades last night. 3 upgrades. You got the PvP boots, you got a new ring, and you got something else. Oh, it's way easier than Car 10. They're not even in the same league. Not even in the same league. And a necklace, that's right. So ultimately, Snapping, for you, granted you didn't get your headpiece, which is like the best headpiece you could get for a long while, but you got some good upgrades last night. Last night was really good for you. Kazupal got a half decent pair of shoulders that are like more DPS-y for him, but apart from that, and Snapping made some gold. I taught Snapping how to AoE farm a little bit. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. Maddie, here's the thing. Come back when you're ready to come back. Because we need to recruit. Nah, you know what? obvious. Here's the thing: we still have friends. That's the thing too, right? I think like it's okay to lose guildies, in a sense, if they still want to run things with us, right? If they still want to hang out with us and we're good people, like, here's the reality: we're not running MC anytime soon. We're not running Molten Core, BWL, AQ40. We literally are maybe hitting 1, if we're really lucky, 2 lockouts a week. Nice, see? Honestly, that's the thing, right? Like, picking up new friends and just like adding them to your friends list and talking to them when they're online. I have right here Majin Buu. He's in Molten Core right now, but we chat like every night almost, just to say hi. If anybody's up to anything, needs each other for a quest or whatever, I go help him out. And he's offered, been like, hey, if you guys ever need he's a druid pure spec healer, and he's actually quite geared now. He's more geared than I am, considering, and he hit 60 after I did. I helped him do, I BRD'd with him from 48 to 50, or from 58 to 60, and he's a better gear than me now. That's awesome. Donnie, there are 7 people killing the spiders. Is YouTube going viral, or am I really unlucky? Most of the people over there right now, I mean, so a great thing to bring up, Jarn. People could be farming them because they're about to go and do a raid, and they need the poison, like they need what you're looking for. But as long as they're not killing you, then that's all that matters. Sounds good, Snap. But yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, right? If they want to still come back, like, here's the thing: if they're like, you know what, I want to run Molten Core, and I'm gonna go do that with Aftershock or whatever, but then they leave their Kara or their ZG or AQ20 to do it with us, then, like, you know, that's cool. Like, we've got a pretty casual learning guild, right? We're all learning. Even the more experienced players are learning in leadership roles, right? Learning in managing people roles, in trying to make everybody happy, and then other people are learning how to off heal. Jason was doing some off healing for us last week too, and everybody's learning. Like, even the other day when we were doing Kara, I think it's quite interesting, but I like completely changed my full rotations on that werewolf boss, so that to help out even as a DPS. And I talked to Kazupal about it afterwards, and we were just like talking about like the logistics and what it did. And like, so, you know, it's a constant stream of learning. We're a complete learning guild. So how much gold is one bag? A runecloth bag is gonna run you about 3 gold, Jarn, which is a 14 slot bag. Ash, welcome in. Welcome to the gold making stream. We're just getting to our next spot so that we can do a little a talking segment. So we're just chilling with chat until then. Do 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 do. All right, we are at our next spot. Okay, so we are now in the wetlands in this corner, and we are looking at whelps. Whelps, not Yelps. It's not a Yelp review, it's a whelp review. So the whelps. Now, we are looking for the small flame sacks, as well as they have a chance to drop the companion pet. Now, the companion pet here does sell. It doesn't sell for a boatload of money, but it does sell. About 30, 40 gold. It's very, very low drop rates. It's a bonus if it drops. But the flame sacks that we are looking for sell, same thing, about 40 to 60 silver, because they are also used for they're used for cooking recipes, as well as they work for fire resistant stuff that you need for Molten Core. So this is a good place to farm them if other spots are taken. One thing I like about this spot is the level wise. It kind of goes with what we're talking about with leveling. It is not necessarily that much higher, but the dragons do go to level 27, and in my experience, the higher levels, because they actually all have different dragon names, have a higher chance of dropping the small flame sacks. You will here actually start getting copper, so you get to kind of factor that in too. If you see it, based on what it looks like, it's about 40 copper almost per kill-ish when it does drop copper, 30 to 40. So just to keep it simple, every 3 you kill is 1 silver. This you can go kill a little bit longer than you can kill the Black Widows, just based on experience alone, because they go up to level 27. So these will go gray later. Is it better? It's different, I would say. It's different. If there's too many people fighting the spiders, this is definitely not a bad place to be. Like I said, the higher level dragons, and I do think that even the mana dragons generally also drop more flame sacks than the others. But as you can see, the spawn is big, and the junk loot at least is a silver a piece. So, you know, you're getting better junk loot when it's happening, and then you're getting raw copper. I would love to say raw gold, but we're not getting a gold from these guys unless you kill a lot. One thing that's nice about here too, if you are into doing some sort of AoE, you might be able to get a couple of these as a mage with your arcane explosion, because you'll already have at least level 2 arcane explosion by now. And there's lots of them, so you know you're gonna get more chances at getting the whelp pet here. And you'll get more experience for the walking. So there we go, we got our first green. So let's take a look at this green. Stamina Spirit. This is probably not gonna sell. It is worth 8 gold or 8 silver though. So it's up to you if you want to disenchant, or if you want to vend it. You could try to sell it. I would personally say it's probably not worth the auction fees, but we will look at that at the end of the grind. In this spot, you are also going to be seeing more mining and more herbalism stuff here. We are going to do a whole tin segment while we're here after this, because this is a great place to level up, and with the tin, you're going to get some more stone, more things to sell. So you will get less raw drops, but like I said, I mean, the trade-off is you're just getting copper, right? We're actually getting copper, and if you can kill these things efficiently enough, it's great. One thing that's worth noting is that these guys do fire damage. So I mean, if you're a hunter, it's not a bad idea to get your fire resist on your pets. I mean, at this level, you're not really going to be getting too much fire-resisted gear, but they can kind of hit like a truck to low levels. We got another green cloth. Now, this is 5 intellect, 5 spirit, level 19. This is something that actually might sell, and based on the look, it actually might sell. Based on the look, it might actually sell. That makes for a whole other video, because if you look at my character, obviously those all came from greens, but it's a set. So if the right person sees it, you can also keep your sharp claws. They will sell. You will make a little bit on them, but if you're an alchemist or a warrior, they're used for rage potions. So it's definitely not a bad thing to keep. Situational. Is it worth the slot to sell it? For 1 silver, it just depends on how badly you need the gold or want the gold. But for the sake of we like to make rage potions, we will keep them. Another cloth, spirit, stamina. It's all right. It's all right. But we're getting lots of greens here. Which at the very, very minimum, you're going to be able to look at these greens and say, oh, like at least we're getting solid silver pickups. Okay, we got some horde. You will run into some horde around here because Dragon Maw entrance is right here. But like, here's the thing, like we're just kind of like running around and there's just lots to kill. So this spot, better for experience, for physically leveling up. But depending on what server you're on, and I think this goes for Classic WoW as well as Turtle WoW. It depends on how many people are on your server, and this is not a overly popular server, but it's worth noting that there is such thing as over saturation in the market. So for example, let's say you kill those Black Widows for an hour, right? You get 20 of those large venom sacks. Well, other people aren't going to get them. You're going to be fighting with people in the market to sell them. Sometimes it's okay to just get, you know, a couple of things and then move on to another spot. Get a couple of things, move on to another spot. Because if you only have a few of each, you're not going to just influence the full market by putting 100 in and tanking the market. Food for thought. And as you've been able to see just from the bag being open, we have been able to get a good amount of greens this time. Way more greens than anywhere else. The junk loot we're getting is worth minimum a silver a piece. So, and we're getting tons of copper. We'll actually take a look and look at how much copper, and I'll, by the end of this whole little spawn, to be fair, we're already probably recycling back on the spawn while it's going in, but I want to go at least until we get one flame sack. So that's how long we're gonna go, and you can even take a look at the time. There are better places. I am not saying by any means that this is the best place to get flame sacks. I am just saying that based on leveling up, this is a fun place to get flame sacks. Because you also get a chance at the whelp, which is worth a bit more gold. What are the items you keep from the spiders? Yeah, Jarn, great question. You're gonna keep this guy right here. This one right here. It's called a large venom sack. And then the spider silk we keep for now, just to see if it's worth it in the auction. My instinct is it's not. But so also too, we've been just kind of killing everything while we've been around here. Like I did say, you are going to do better killing the higher level ones and the ones with mana. So keep that in mind. And most of those ones actually hug the mountain line. So you're going to have better chances getting them there. But we're going to do this until we at least get one. Let's go to the mountain line right now. There we go. Okay, we got our first flame sack. So let's we are going to walk back now to the innkeeper, and well, actually to the flight plan, and fly to our next spot because we've already used our hearthstone. So real quick, we'll just talk about what we're going to keep, and then we will talk about what we're going to sell. So we're going to keep this flame sack, small flame sack, used for stuff for molten core, as well as other paladin eating foods kind of thing. We are, for the time being, going to keep this one green because cloth with, or sorry, not that one. Keep this one. This one might be sellable. It looks kind of cool, as well as it is spirit and intellect for cloth users. So a low B mage might actually buy that. And we will vend those. We got a jewel crafting recipe to make a scepter. I'm thinking that's just a vend. I don't think it's worth the headache. We are going to keep the sharp claws. We are also going to keep the moss agite, and the rest will be vended. So we'll take a look at how much we get for the vending. I also said I was going to do the mining while I was here. We'll do mining at the end. Yeah, they do. But is it worth it for... Red whelps are a fun spot to farm sacks. The black whelps in Badland drop them more often. Yeah. Yeah, Mage. Actually, that's true, but there's more truth to it. Every leveled yelp that gets stronger, gets a higher level, has a higher chance to drop. So from here, you'll see the next area we go is another whelp that we're going to try to kill that drops even more frequently and drops other things, and then another one, the Badlands one, and then the black ones. So you can do a full progression of whelps while leveling. The next whelps that we're going to, this is one of my favorite spots to grind for them. Donnie, you think it'd be better for me to go to the wetlands? Jarn, it's up to you. Z, I mean, we can keep the recipe if you'd like to just see if it sells. But honestly, usually for me, I only keep recipes if it's like I can see a very big... Like, for example, this is worth 1.5. I would need to see higher than 7 as the recommended value. I would want to see like 20. I want to see a decent change between it, because if it doesn't sell, it just cuts into it from the auction house fees. That's just my personal rule of thumb. That doesn't mean that you don't need to do what I do. It's just for the sake of, like, when you're only allowed to have 120, I always want to be putting up things to make sure that they sell. Wetlands. Yeah. Jarn, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't necessarily think you should go or not go anywhere. Meal break from charity stream, dude. How's it been going so far? Oh, we're not even gonna pick up any of our auction sales. Okay, so here we are. We made it here. Let's quickly just vend our junk loot by clicking the vend junk loot button. Come on. All right, so we got another 17, so 34, and we're not going to sell this, so 34, 38, and 46, 47, 48, about 50 silver, plus all the silver we ended up getting from the whelps. I'll put it on screen for the video, and yeah, so from here, we are also going to fly back to Duskwood. So we're trying to go in like the order of leveling up. So now you could fight those whelps, I'm guessing, until about 32, 33. And now we are actually going to go to Swampasaro. So let's see what Swampasaro looks like for our next spot. Good. 1400 reached for the goal. It's been fun. Dude, Mage, that's awesome, man. That is so sweet. Dude, that's bumping. That is super bumping. Anybody have any questions while I go, or suggestions for places they'd like me to demonstrate for the video? I will tell you guys here, because this is the part I'm going to cut out. Yeah, we're going to Swamp of Sorrows is next on my list for more whelps, the green whelps. And then after that, we are going to go to the Badlands. I'm trying to keep track of time. I think I'm going to go until like an hour and a half hits. And then whatever I've been done at that point, I'm going to cut into a video. And I think it's time to throw up a new soundtrack because the Mario Kart 64 one is coming to an end. Let's think of another Nintendo 64 game that has an awesome soundtrack. For what level are those? For what specifically? For where I'm about to go? I can't remember offhand, but it's got to be. If I had to guess, it's probably you could probably get away with it at level 30. It'd probably be tough at level 30, but you could probably do it. Be a good leveling zone. If you want to grind and not do any, if you want to grind and not do any quests. Back in the day when I used to do day trading, yes, I was one of those guys. This is what I used to do is I used to go to this zone and watch the markets. I'd wake up at like 5 a.m., actually 6 a.m. And I would literally just walk around and kill these whelps on repeat while I was day trading first thing in the morning. I do not miss that life. It was a wild time when it happened, but I do not miss it. Do 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 do. I wonder, I'm probably doing this wrong music-wise. Because if I'm cutting the video, the music's going to be kind of weird. We're going to fix it on OBS right now. No, we're gonna leave it as it is. If it's that bad, then I'll just re-script the whole thing. I hate this song. Do you hate the whole OST, or do you just hate this one song? Do you hate this song because banjo beats you bad on what do you call it? Smash Bros? It's not that simple. It's not that simple, Jarn. I wish it was. All right. So we have landed in Duskwood. We're gonna do a quick little jaunt over to to Swamp of Sorrows. You gotta mute the music in the editing and put another track under the vid. No, it's not. No, because it's all the same track. My voice is the same track as the music. Once it gets put into a video, right? Like if on OBS, you could turn it off or make it so it doesn't go on. But right now I have it just going through my desktop audio. So if I set it to my music audio and turn off the desktop audio, but then I lose all the World of Warcraft audio. So I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to split it now before it becomes a video. With filtering software? You know what? That's a good question. I don't know enough about filtering software. There probably is an AI software, whether I have access to it or it's free. All right, fine. You guys have convinced me. We'll just do it right. This hat is really white. We'll do the hat swap. Hat swap now into the gray hat. Okay. Oh, do I not even have... Oh, yeah, I do have music on. So we turn off the music that way. And then we go back here. And we refine the music. And turn it back on. There we go. So now, when it comes out, there will be no music. And then I put my own music over top. Which is what I should have done from the beginning. We'll see how, I feel like I did a really good cuts at the very beginning, so I don't think it'll matter too much, but time will tell. Well, time will definitely tell on this one. Jarn, you asked a question about something about, is there other things you should unlock? Donnie, what are some things I should have unlocked at level 30? Can you be more specific? What do you mean by unlocked? I mean, skills? Okay, so skills-wise... well, like, just obviously you should have all your warrior skills. All your warrior skills should be taken care of. Oh, is he here fighting whelps? No, he's not. He's doing the quest. Okay. You can also get first aid. You can get cooking. So you can get your cooking skill, your first aid skill, and your fishing skill. And your survival skill. Those are pretty much your top ones. All right. We are in our next area. We are in the Swamp of Sorrows, and it's just this little corner down here where we are going to be focusing on these whelps. Now, one thing you will run into is more horde. So take that into account if you're Alliance. There will be horde walking back and forth, and you just have to hope they don't want to kill you. If you don't bug them too much, they shouldn't bug you. These guys, we are also looking for essentially the exact same thing. We're going to be killing them, and as you can see, they're killing them too. Looking for more of the sacks. Now, these will drop higher, these guys will also drop more copper as well as better greens, and by better I just mean higher leveled greens. They also drop a emerald whelp, which is worth a bit more money, and since these guys are at a higher leveling range, that means that you should be able to rock these guys for a different amount of levels. So with them being up to, I think, 37, it could just be 36, you should be able to fight these guys until you are level approximately 42, 43 until they're gray. So great place that you can also get some experience. You get to take a good roll at getting some other cool items. And as you can see, even the other stuff that's dropping now, the shield is worth 15 silver as junk loot, and the belt 26. Looking at the belt, strength and stamina, this will be worth keeping and worth selling. You don't have to kill them. This guy, the jaguars, they just kind of get in the way, so I like to kill them, but pretty much you're just gonna vend what they drop anyway. Now you will get these large fangs, and they are worth keeping and selling because they are also used for recipes. So keeping that in mind. Now this spawn is a bit smaller, and as you can see, I'm killing them really quick, and there's another horde guy killing them here with me too. So he's not going to be happy about me. He's probably going to kill me, or try to kill me anyway, or he'll leave. One of the two. But if you are not level 60, by the time you're done this, you'll only be waiting a few seconds. Now, another thing I'd like to talk about while we're here is that this is a great spot to get iron. Iron is definitely not horrible to get here for leveling up your mining or to make a little bit of gold while you're here. And there is also some herbalism too. Let's take a look. If we turn on the herbalisms, you can see that the Fade Leaf, which Fade Leaf does sell for about, I want to say 15 silver on this server, and you get anywhere from 1 to like 3 or 4 per pickup. So great for herbalism over in this area too. Now, when the spawn is done, if you want, if you just keep hugging this wall, you will be able to do more mining, but you can kill some spiders. Things are pretty dense here, and you will be able to get some more webs and some more cooking supplies just from killing the spiders. Usually I just kill just because at this point you're already just trying to get more gold at your spot and experience depending on what your situation is. Donnie, how do I get your hotbar like yours? Because I have way less slots. That's a great question. We could show you how to do that in a bit. Yeah, so you can kill the jaguars too. I don't find that they drop anything overly great. If they do drop anything that you recommend trying to sell, drop it in the comment and I can always put it in. But there you go. So we've already gotten some items here. Now the white spider meat is great for cooking and it also does sell. So if you want to vend it, you can, but if you want to sell it, you also will be able to sell it. You shouldn't have any issues with anybody trying to level up their cooking to being able to sell it. And then you will get the spider webs. The spider webs do sell half decently, as in 7 silver a piece. So keeping that in mind. And if you have tailoring, you might need to use the thick spider silk also. But we're going to keep it just to see if it is worth selling at the auction house. We'll check at the very end. And you'll get more of these. Now these guys start to drop some actual good junk loot. These are worth 5 silver a piece already. So that's good. We're just essentially killing these guys for the junk loot. Every one we get is another 5 silver collected while we are just waiting for the whelps to come back. And this time, same thing. We will kill the whelps unless that horde is still hanging out and slowing it down. We will keep killing them until we end up pulling at least one of the small flame sacks. So let's cycle back now. But as you can see, even just from going and killing these quick little spiders around here, we ended up pulling in another almost 30 silver, more than that if you include the silk and the white spider meat. So spiders, definitely not going to be a horrible thing to just farm also. But there we go, we are back. We've got some whelps back already. So another fang. And this spawn is a lot worse. It's not as good, but we will actually, let's take a look right now while we're talking emerald. Let's take a look for the whelp pet. Naturally, there's a lot of emerald items. DB emerald whelp. Emerald whelpling. Question mark on value. I have seen them high on this server. That doesn't mean that they sell for high though, right? You got to keep that in mind. Just because they are posted for a lot does not mean that they sell for a lot. But this spawn is not as fun as some of the other spawns because it's so small. So keeping that in mind, it will sell for more. But it'll be a lot more work because you know you only get to kill about what 10 or 12 of them before the spawn has to reset. Now once you kind of get into that level 60 spot, this stuff is good for grinding to get some gold, but chances are you actually are going to need, you and your guild or just even you for your own mats probably are going to need the small flame sacks just for your own mats for consumes. So whether it's for gold or not, these guys are not the best, not the worst. It's like the trade-off is you get a chance at getting an item that is worth quite a bit more because the emerald whelpling will sell for more. The other big trade-off here is that you are going to get the benefit of being able to level here. So if you are in that leveling part of your journey, you will be able to ride the coattails of this spot up until, like I said, probably the low 40s. And there we go. We end up getting the flame sack. This was only the second time coming into the rotation to get it. So odds are a little bit higher here. And we are now going to ride back and we will sell our loot and take a look at what we're going to keep. All right, I can talk now. Jarn, honestly, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying no. Just we'll see. I honestly think it'll be fine because the music I have on my cuts, like for the most part, even on that segment, I'm not going to be doing that much cutting. Like I'll do a little bit of cutting just to shorten the video, like just show like getting the kills and kind of speed through it and show some of the drops. But for the most part, a lot of those segments I can actually just keep as it is. It's in your browser. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, well, we'll take a look. For the first part of the video, I don't think it'll matter at all. Okay, so how did we do on this poll? Just talking to you guys. Honestly, we did probably better from the spiders than anything else. .org. All right. The one thing I love about doing doing streams like this is just hunting for gold. Obviously, it pays off too because I could always use a little bit more gold. It's never going to be a bad thing for me to have more gold. So it's like I get to do a little bit of a tutorial and I get to make my own gold. Can't complain about that situation. Snapping, welcome back. I just showed the next spot. And being completely honest, Snapping, based on you, go and watch the Swamp of Sorrows section. With your arcane explosion, killing those level 30s, especially the spiders. Look at these. This is junk loot. Okay, this silk, seven silver each. These, I'll probably be able to get 3 or 4 silver each for. And then these, this is just junk loot. Junk loot that are worth like 8 silver a piece. Okay, 6 silver each. But I got this really quickly, and then I got one of these flame sacks. So I think that would be a really easy place for you to make some gold. With your arcane explosion, I think like to me, for a mage, that's like the winner chicken dinner. All right, so we've made it back. We are going to sell our stuff and see what we're going to keep. We ended up getting 1 flame sack, which is going over here. We are going to keep the green waste, meal, strength, stamina, probably be able to sell it. And then, oh, this is not a guy that's going to buy my stuff. This is a guy that's going to buy my stuff. And let's get him to buy our junk. So 43 silver there. We are going to keep the silk just to see it. The white spider meat, we know that will sell. And the large fangs, we know that will also sell. They'll sell anywhere between like, yeah, 5 and 10 silver a piece. And we're not going to sell those just from the jaguars. So not bad. Another 50 silver really quickly with another 50 silver sack, as well as some other things that we will be able to sell for more. All right, our next spot is going to take us to the Badlands. 441 gold. Snapping. This 441 gold, and I'm like, this is not even like, it's not even that much. It's not even that much. And okay, it's not even that much. Gold. We've got some more gold to collect from our mailbox. We've got all the stuff we're collecting from this stream to sell. On top of the fact that we just spent about 100 gold, almost, not quite 100. It was like 80 gold, I think, in the end, to get my alt, to get the tailoring up. I have my other alt is almost halfway on tailoring that I've paid for, and I've already prepaid for about half the mats for him and, well, no, maybe a third of the mats for him and the next alt for tailoring. So, but I mean, saying that, I still probably need 200 more gold for all that. I only have a gold. Hey, you know what, Snapping? You made like 17 gold last night. And I don't even know if you've been online to see if any of your other items sold. So, Snapping, I will say those items that we got you last night, if they haven't sold yet, cancel the auctions and repost them. Because you just want to be like 3 silver under whatever's the cheapest and sell them as individuals. I know, but I'm just curious. I'll be curious to see what sold out of your stuff. But yeah, we've got a half decent little haul here of stuff that we're going to be able to post. But yeah, Swampasaurus, Snapping. That's my vote for you to go and hunt for gold. Honestly, Snapping, I bet you you're like, if you like hunker down, you're like an hour and a half away from being able to buy that one piece of gear we talked about. The cheaper one of the two for sure, but still. All right, guys. I'm going to BRB real quick. I'm going to bio up before we continue onwards. Swampasaurus is a fun time. There's some good questing in there too. Z, being completely honest, for you at your level, it's probably a good place to go. There's also some lizards in there on this end of the map that you can kill, and crocodiles. So if you want to get like crocodile meat and stuff too, good for hunters, good for cooking. There is a quest giver somewhere over here for the Alliance where you can get, I think, like 5 or 6 quests. Not a lot of quests in there. It is mostly raw hunt killing, but like at the same time, you can still get some stuff. How fast can you kill them? Like that would be my question for that, is how fast can you kill them? And can you arcane explode them? Because I know you said that they drop like 10 silver each. Can you kill them with arcane explosion, or do you have to single target them? Yeah. So I mean, I'd be curious. So obviously, since it's single target, is probably more efficient on mana. So how many mage? I mean, you're the pro there. I've never hunted there. I'll go do it once I'm like at that spot. But how much? How many individuals do you think you can kill before you have to mana up? And or how many could you kill per minute? All right, I'm gonna bio up real quick while you answer that. Time's been warped lately. I just realized I flew to the wrong spot. I flew to the wrong spot. I gotta go to Arathi next. Arathi before Badlands. Probably safer to single target. Oh geez, I haven't thought about it. I have threw a good number of them before needing to redo mana. That's good. Would you say that you can kill, so like, is it safe to say that you can kill 2 in a minute or 3 in a minute? So if it's like 10 silver a piece, like would we say 30 silver a minute? Well, Z, I'm about to come and steal your spawn if that's the case. Z, which spawn are you at? I'm gonna go and do all of them, by the way. I'm just telling you. I'm going to do at least get 1 item from each of the spawns. So, I will come to yours, but I'm only going to go until I get 1 of the elemental whatever, and then I'll be out. Okay, so that's not bad. So it's like 15 silver a minute, we'll call it. Well, like 15 to 20 silver a minute. I mean, you can at the end of the video? Enchanted water? Oh wait, enchanted water? Like the mana water? Yeah. Yeah. That should be fine. Z, that will be fine. I can. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna. If you just come with me, I'll sell them all, just to show what they're worth, and then I'll just give them to you. I don't really care. I'm not gonna get that many for how long. Like for how long I'm gonna be there, I won't even get like 20 silver worth of them. So I'm not gonna nickel and dime you on that. All right, so we are at Arathi now. I did say Badlands next, but I lied. Arathi is the next level up area that we are going to be trying to level on. And as you can see, there are people already here. That is probably why you are where you are. So one thing you're going to have to remember, actually, you know what? We're not even going to, we'll re-intro this. One is spawn. Nope, we're going to re-intro this. We'll go to Elemental Fire. See if somebody is running both spawns at the same time. If so, if they're Alliance or are they Horde. Dude, oh yeah, he's level 35. Let's just scare him by walking right past him. Roar! Roar! We'll give him a good old wave. Anybody that has mining, this is a good place to make. This is a good place I like to go when everything else is mined out. I can make a half decent amount of money mining iron here. Not a great amount of money, but it's like, if you go to Arathi and nobody is like picked at it at all, you can easily get like 60 to 90 iron ore in one loop of the whole place. Doing all this and then coming to here, yeah, like 60 to 90 easily. All right. So I lied. The next spot on the trek is to Arathi, and we are going to be looking at all the elementals. So we're going to start with the fire elementals, and as you can see, they are level 30. I think it's 37. Some are 37. No, 38, 39. And this is where we are going to be killing. You are ultimately on these guys only going to be getting a couple items. The main one being elemental fire. Sells for about a gold a piece. Drop rate is probably somewhere around 10%. And they also drop coal, which you can sell, or they can be used for blacksmithing. They're not worth a lot, but somebody will probably pay 4 silver for it because it's cheaper than buying it from the vendor. And then you're looking for greens and grays. Not too much else drops from these guys, but it's, you know, it's a good place to get some mats that you might need, as well as to get a little bit of decent junk loot, you know, 5 silver a piece. It's not horrible. This is a way better spawn if you are projectiles. Being melee over here is not the most ideal. In all of Arathi, you are also going to be competing against Horde. There's going to be a decent amount of Horde. And you'll be competing against some Alliance too. One thing also is that you are going to be able to get some iron and tin around here, mostly iron, as well as you are going to be able to do a decent amount of herbalism around here. So keep all of that in mind. But yeah, mostly, I mean, the Burning Charm, it says that they sell. I've never had any success selling these ones specifically, but it says that somebody is selling them and somebody's buying them. But yeah, elemental fire is essentially what you're gonna look for here. All right, I'm just gonna sit and wait for them to spawn. Z, you lied. Why'd you tell me you're at? Why do you want my water stuff if you're at the fire spawn? You lied to me. You lied to me. You were the chosen one. Cause mana good. Do 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 do. Welcome in. We got a couple people on YouTube also now. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. We were just chilling and waiting for the spawn to come back. We'll, for the most part, be able to see everything from here. It'll take a few minutes to come back. If you're a lower level, it's not as big of a deal. Somebody just flew over top of me. Another level 60. Great. A 60 rogue is just flying in here. Guaranteed he's going to be coming to find. He's here to gank. %, he's here to gank. Maddie, I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, did your monitors end up arriving? I will say that this spawn generally works a lot better at late at night. Like when I'm playing, it's like 3 in the morning PST. Nobody's out here. I don't have to fight for these spawns at all. The one beauty of a server like this. A lot of just people at work or people asleep at that time. Wow, the spawn is taking forever to come back this time. Do 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 do. Also, air elementals are not even that bad to farm in here. They're not great, but they're not bad. Soon as I leave, they're gonna all start spawning. Z, I swear, if you just go and try and take all of them, I'm gonna cry. I'll literally cry. If you go and start consecrating and just sniping all of them, I'm gonna be so sad. I can't be mad because you were here first. I can't. Not happening. You're level 42. Beautiful consecrate. All right. The spawn is slowly going to start working its way back now. There we go. We got elemental fire. That didn't take us too long. We are going to kill a few more just so that we can give you guys a good idea of what you can expect to get from the spawn altogether. I think it's better to show you guys all of it rather than just some of it. So when they do spawn, the spawn isn't actually that bad. And if you are within the level range, and I would probably recommend, you could probably do this to 45, 46. You won't be able to kill them near as fast as I am, right? So it is going to last you a little bit longer. There we go. We are starting to get a couple of things here. We got a white bandit mask. Now, white bandit mask, I think, actually is good for transmog. As you can see, the big difference between what it's saying the value is versus the vend price. So that's something that we will keep just to see if it's potentially worth selling. And you can see we did get some coal. Coal's not worth a lot. I mean, if it's not worth your time as a reseller, just vend it. If you're in blacksmithing, you can use it to make steel bars, which is a whole other video on trying to make some money. But yeah, I mean, if it's not worth the time for you, then I wouldn't fret too badly about it, to be honest. You're not missing out on too much at this point when you're at this stage of the leveling up. One thing I will say that is, I would say a little bit of a negative of these fire elementals is there's quite a few of them that will just actually drop nothing. So you'll be in a situation where they just aren't dropping anything for you. No copper, no silver, and light on the items. But we did kill them, and we did end up getting some elemental fire, which is the main one we are going for. And from here, we are going to zip to the water elemental area, which I kind of like better, even though elemental water is not worth as much. So. Jarn, I'm 11 hours in your past. Yeah, man. HST, we're the slowest time zone in the world. All right, I want some more upbeat music. Anybody have a favorite Nintendo 64 game they want music for? Otherwise, I'm just going to do Mario 64. If anybody has a recommendation and I like your recommendation, let me know. Oh, yeah, that's solid. Solid recommendation, Snap. It's a pretty quick one too. It's a good one though. They did really good on the music in this game. It would be cool to see a fan-made expansion to the original Pokemon Snap. It'd be really cool to see. Have you been playing much Snap? I've been meaning to get back to it, but I've obviously been doing the speed running lately, so I haven't really jumped back onto it too much. Level 55, level 31. We're not going to engage with either of them. We just want to walk right past them. It would be a 24-hour flight? Lol. Sounds about right. All right, so we are still in Arathi. Now we are at the Circle of East Binding. Going after these guys. Cresting Exile. Same level range as the last one. You're probably going to be able to rock this till level 35. They can freeze you, so keep that in mind. But here, the main thing we are looking for is elemental water. It does not sell for quite as much as the elemental fire, but the trade-off here is it's sometimes way less competitive to get to. Less people are going to be doing it, as well as if you are a mana user, they do drop the enchanted water, which is a pretty decent mana drink. Keeping that in mind, you can just vend it if you don't need it. I wouldn't try to auction them, but if you're a mana user, it's a great way to just get some water that, unlike mage water, disappears. These guys, like the fire elementals, also kind of have that situation where they can kind of just not drop anything because they're not going to be dropping any copper for you. So keep that in mind also. But it is kind of nice because you are going to have a little bit less competition on these guys. Drop rate is about the same for elemental water. You still will be able to get some greens. I believe the green table is a little bit less. Or sorry, not a little bit less, a little different, what I meant to say, than the fire elementals. And you'll also see we are getting the cresting charms. It's saying that they sell. I, for the life of me, don't think that they will sell. But you know what? We are going to keep them. We're going to keep all of the charms that we get up here. And we will see what the auction house looks like at the very end. My guess is that if they do sell, it'll be for significantly less than what our add-on is telling us. But you either vend it or you try to see if it sells. You don't lose anything from it. Now, as you can see, I am getting a good amount of the enchanted water. So that will stack up fairly quickly here for you guys. These guys also are not that bad for stacking together. We ended up getting another one. Here we go. Alchemy recipe here. Resistance potion, not bad. It does say that they're worth 40 silver. So that is one that we won't vend. We will take a look to see if it is worth vending. So we are going to kill these guys and keep going until we end up getting at least one elemental water, just to show you guys for the posting at the end. I've been playing well. I will say the one thing about World of Warcraft, really, really hard to play any other game. Really, really hard to play any other game. And you know what? We're not. We know. I know for a fact we're not going to get to a point where we're doing mining in this video. I'll just take that out. I'm going to start hitting these mining nodes just for me because I'm waiting around. Gives me something to get a little bit of extra booty. A little extra something to do while I'm here. Yeah, World of Warcraft is tough to juggle lots of games around. I'll be the first to admit that. Doing the speedrunning on Let's Go Pikachu has been a fun change for me. I've been enjoying the change of pace, the progression. We had a really good run yesterday going. I don't know. I'm thinking too that you guys know I'm always just working on random things, have things going that I can't tell you about, but we're still working on some of that stuff. But I'm thinking in the near future we are gonna dive into another. We'll probably play Mario RPG for you guys or Final Fantasy VII. One of the two we'll probably start playing for you guys. Maybe both. Probably not this week. Could be next week. Undecided. Ooh, Thorium Bar just sold. Mario RPG is fun, and it's so light, and the story is good, and it's a game I don't mind reading to you guys, like, because it's not, like, it has dialogue, but it's not crazy dialogue. Final Fantasy VII, on the other hand, is a lot of dialogue, so I'm not going to want to do a ton of reading for that. I know, sue me. Sue me. Dyslexia gets the best of me. Right. Okay, Jarn, this is for you. You press escape. Go to interface options. You go to advanced options. Right here. Show bottom left action bar. Show bottom right action bar. Show right action bar. Click all those. Press OK. Press escape again. Yeah, no worries. One thing I will, you know what, actually, time to go back to charity. I'll be available for dungeons stuff tomorrow. Sounds good, Mage. Have a great time. I don't know what my tomorrow really looks like yet, how much WoW I'm going to be playing, but we'll see. I'm surprised nobody's really said anything. I've been like this since like the beginning. On my very first stream, I had this bar up. Maybe only 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, I put this bar up. Okay, I'm just real quick. I'm going to start this back up. So one thing you can do while waiting for any of these elementals to come back is same thing as Swamp of Sorrows. We can take a look at killing some of the spiders, but you can add in the raptors here now too. The reason we are thinking about adding in the raptors is because they are going to have the ability to drop the raptor eggs and the raptor flesh. Now, raptor flesh I don't think is actually going to sell for too much, but it's good for feeding pets. But the raptor egg, if you are into cooking at all, we can take a look at our cooking recipes, and there you go. the omelet here, just one raptor egg, hot spices, get another buff food, great for doing leveling up. So, and they're not that bad on drop rates, on top of the fact that you can still get random other things like greens. So raptor hide, it's all vending kind of trash, but yeah, so keep that in mind. You can always do that while waiting for your elementals to pop back up. So now that we see the elementals back up, let's go and see if we can find that elemental water. Now we can montage it. Fast track me killing all of them. Go. Also, as I kind of mentioned, it is just a little bit easier to do the killing in Fury if you are a warrior. It's not even easier, it's more engaging. That's the word I would use. I learned that 2 weeks ago from snapping, because I listened to WoW, never really watched the screen. Oh, that's fair. Come on, let's do like some big whirlwind. Oh, just deleted. 3 of them. There we go. We got our elemental water. Here it is right here. It says about a gold. Let's clean up the rest of this just to see if we get another one. Will we get it? I don't know. Okay, so we did it. You guys can see, so the big things we ended up getting here, we did show you the raptors, spiders. You can do that anywhere. The junk loot on the spiders is not as good up here, but there is still some okay junk spider loot. Junk raptor loot also meh. But the elemental water is the main thing. We are going to keep the charms just to see. And the next spot we are going to go is for the elemental airs, which are not as good, but it's worth talking about. Damn, Z, you want all of these mana things? Or do you just want some of them? Because I didn't realize I literally got like 50, 60 silver worth of them that quick. Just 1 stack? Okay, I'll just give you 1 stack. When I'm done this elemental air part, whereabouts are you? Actually, I'll trade you once I'm done. So when I'm done elemental earth, if I can get that spawn on this video, I'd really like to. Then great. Okay, so now we are at the elemental airs, which is right beside the Alliance flight path. These guys, okay, the one really good thing about these guys is you are not going to have to fight anybody on these spawns because elemental air is not worth a whole bunch. But I will, oh, and of course the first one we kill, we get one. So it says 20 silver. Honestly, you probably won't even get 20 silver. But the charm that I've seen from these guys will actually sell. Now, don't ask me why it sells, but I have been able to sell it. So you will be able to get somewhere between 10 to 15 silver from that. You're also going to have the ability to get the greens and other things. There's raptors around here. But, you know, if it's a good way I would think of this exact zone would be, this is not a bad place if there's a lot of horde or other alliance around taking all the spots away from you. If you're just having a hard time getting all the, getting to a spawn and being able to work it, this is not a bad place to kind of go just to get a few kills or to just, as I said earlier, diversify the portfolio of what is in the auction house because we already got the charm. And as you can see, it is 77 silver. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell for 77 silver, but it is safe to say that it's going to sell for more than what the vending price is. I usually on these do a pretty massive undercut because my rule of thumb is if one is going to sell, it's going to be mine. Now, that doesn't mean you should listen to my selling tactic. I just don't like to relist things. I want, if I'm going to put the trouble to take up a slot in the auction house, I want it to sell. And I also do like to split everything up, so it just makes more sense for me to price it to sell so I don't have to even think about relisting them. Okay. So as you can see, these charms, they drop pretty decent. It is an easy item to oversaturate the market with too. So keep that in mind. You don't need to go and get 100 of these. Just getting like 10, maybe one stack, 20 of them is going to be more than enough. And to be fair, they're probably not even going to sell that fast. It might take a day or two to even sell them. But yeah, so as you saw, we got a decent amount of those. We got the elemental air right away. We didn't get anything else. Same stick. You're not going to get any copper here. All right. Now that we are done here, let's go to the elemental earth drop, which is going to be the best drop in all of Arathi. I hopped off for a bit, being on WoW all day. Sounds good. Sounds good, Z. No worries. Donnie, how do you split items that are stacked? Yeah, great question. You just press control. Oh no, you press shift, left click shift, and then you can do a stack. So stack one, I can click here and then it takes one and puts it over there. Shift click. By the way, the light feathers are going for way more than the spider silk. Yes. Spider silk, I won't even, spider silk probably is not even going to sell. It's probably going to get vended. It's the, and light feathers, like you have to beware. Like if it says 300% on it, it's probably not going to sell at 300%. All right, guys, so we have made it to the Rumbling Exiles. So let's kill these guys. These are going to be the best spawn, but they can be the most painful spawn here too. Why are they painful? Well, they are painful because they can knock you over. They do have a decent amount of junk loot, and it is worth an okay amount of silver. So keep that in mind. All these stones, they're worth anywhere between, I think, 3 to 5 silver. There you go. Good example, just getting knocked over right there. But yeah, you just want to kill them. The main two things that we are trying to collect here is going to be solid stone and elemental earth. Solid stone, you're going to get a very clean, easy sell for about 4 to 5 silver. You might be able to push it to 6 silver, and it drops fairly decent. And then elemental earth, we are back to about the 10% drop rate on that. And but if we get any, it's definitely worth it. You will also get deep rock salt. Don't even worry about selling it. It's not going to sell that great. It really won't sell. Just vend it. Just vend it. You will be able to mine some mithril and iron around here. So if you are doing doing mining, and there is also some herbs all around Arathi. We did get a green here. Spirit stamina, probably just vend it. But now we're getting to greens being vended for 40 silver. And boom, already our first elemental earth, which is going to be worth a gold, and it will sell faster than any of the other elemental items in all of Arathi. You can also get these in the Badlands and other spots too, but this is just a pretty good spawn because it's all in that high level 30 area. The higher level you are, the easier the spawn gets because you have a better chance of just killing them before they knock you over. I'm not really doing too much, too many of my spells to try and avoid that. Like, I mean, you know, you can try hard and try to kill them before it happens, but you know, as you get stronger, it is easier to kill them. Hunters always are going to be doing the best in Arathi with those pets. You don't have to worry about this knockback as long as you can have some good range on it. And you can see there is a decent amount of different types of stones, and they sell for different amounts. And you'll be able to, like I said, get solid stone. And we're just going to do this spawn once, see what we get, and then we will be done this area. Cue the montage. Dang, this has been a good little haul here. Elemental Earths, we're already at 2 of them. Not going to complain about that. Always nice when nobody's here. This is, I will say, just this is one of the better spawns. Anybody that wants to make gold, if you can get to a spot where you're uninterrupted and not getting beaten on by the horde, if you can do this for like an hour, you will make good money. You will make good money from doing this for an hour. I can promise you that. All right, we're done that. We're just going to get these 2 little mind nodes. Okay, so there we are. The spawn. Oh wait, no, we got one more. Let's kill this last one. Then we'll do a little outro to this little spot. Okay, there we are. So we ended up getting 6 solid stone, 2 elemental earth, and that was just from doing the spawn once. I'm not saying you're going to do that good every time, but as long as you are not getting beaten on by the horde, this is definitely a good spot. Let's get to the cellar and take a look at how we did for each spawn. And then while that's happening, I'm just going to pick these up and I'll put them in my other bag. Even though I'm getting some solid stone, we'll just separate it. Make as much as we can. Honestly, we've done half decent on gold just for us in this little tutorial video. Pretty happy with it all. Four solid stone. That's what I'm talking about. That's sweet. All right. But yeah, no, Jarn, how much are the light feathers selling for? Let me check. Okay, sounds good. Do. All right, so we have made it all the way back here. Let's sell all of the grays that we ended up getting here. And there we go. So obviously, you guys watched. We weren't really here very long. We did all the spawns essentially once. 1 gold, 2 silver, just from clear grays. Now we'll take a look at other things that we were going to sell. There we go, another 26 silver there. Another 7. Like, yeah, and we'll sell all the rock salt. So another 15 silver just from selling those. We are going to keep this guy for now. We're going to keep the charms we said we were going to. Yeah. We'll get rid of the spider meat. The raptor hide I don't think is worth it. The raptor flesh we're also going to sell. And we're also going to get rid of this jewel crafting. So, I mean, even saying that, you know, that's another pretty much gold right there. And we have all of these items to add to what we are going to sell. So let's go back to Stormwind. Let's take a look at some of the pricing of all of this. And we'll go from there. Nice, Jarn. Sweet. Okay, before I start it, I'm just going to look so I can know what I'm going to say. Spider silk is probably not going to be sold on here. I don't think that's worth posting personally. Thick spider silk, that's probably worth posting at 24 hour. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it up to the person. They can do it if they want to. What about the large fangs? It's all alphabetical. Large fangs. Yeah, those are definitely worth posting. All right, so we have made it back here to the auction house, and we are going to start posting some of this stuff. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. We do a lot of live streaming for Turtle Wow, and we can do more videos if you want to see more things. This is going to kind of conclude what we've put together for our making gold while leveling. This should get you to about level 40. There are more areas than this, and if you want to put them in the comments, I can show them in another video. But these are essentially my favorite, especially playing Alliance. Let's take a look now. So we'll just start. We're not going to do it in any particular order, but we will start with the light feathers. Now, as I said earlier, my rule of thumb is I do not want to have to relist it. So I always am going to pick a price that I know it's going to sell at. And if I see 280%, I know that that's not reasonable. I know that's way too expensive. Now, another thing that's worth noting is these slide bars, stack size 5. Not everyone is going to necessarily want 5. So I like to sell in groups of 1 or 2 or 3 on certain items. Another thing I look at is duration and the deposit. Now this one, the duration is what it is. Now, I want to make sure that this is going to sell. I want mine to sell first. So I'm just going to set this to 17 silver. That could be too high, but it's got no deposit, so it's not a big deal. That's going to be my starting spot. If it doesn't sell, I would probably drop it to like 12 silver. If you're a small level, it's food for thought. Sometimes it's worth it to just sell quick. Throwing it up for 10 silver is going to guarantee that they sell really fast. And if you get a good amount of them, you sell them to get those bags a little bit sooner. So for me, that's how I'm going to do it. 72 hours. We're going to take a look at this guy right here. Okay, this was the level 32, and it says that the vendor price is 26. The deposit is 9. We do not want to get burnt. We're going to set it to 24 hours, so we only pay a deposit of 3. And you know what? Like I said, for me, I just like to make sure things sell. Call it crazy that I undercut, but for me, I'd rather just have 50 silver. Actually, you know what? We'll do 75 silver. It probably will sell for 75 silver if somebody hasn't done a bunch of other things. And it'll be gone. And for me, if it doesn't sell at that, maybe I would try 50 silver and then move on. The large fangs, which we ended up getting, as you can see, deposit is real cheap, only 16 copper, and they're worth about 5 silver a piece. That's nice. We'll just sell it in groups of 1. Should be easy enough to sell. That might even be undercutted, but it's not that big of a deal. Going to the next, large venom sac we talked about. Cheapest one on there is 1 gold, 44 at 190%. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go 90 silver on those. because 90 silver is at 120, which is closer to what the actual selling price of this is. Now, desperation, people will pay more, but I want to make sure my stuff sells. The moss agite, okay. This one, vendor prices for deposit. You want to keep all of that in mind. Probably going to get about 9 silver for it. We'll just go 8 silver flat because we want to make sure that if one sells, it is going to be mine. Let's go to all the elemental stuff. Let's do elemental air. Wow, they're no shot. 900%, they're not selling for that. 20 silver is what they are trying to sell at. We're just going to go for the 19 silver. Let's try to sell it right there. Elemental earth, same deal. They sell a little bit more, but I like to put them in groups of 1. Just under 1 gold. So we'll throw those up. Elemental fire, we'll see where those are at. Those are even more right now. 140, throw those up. And especially at the 1 silver, definitely worth throwing those up. Elemental water, as you see. Oh, you know what? Funny enough, elemental earth is worth the least amount right now. We'll just throw that up for that, and we'll go down. Our spider meat, we told you we'd be able to sell that. There you go. Vendor price 1 silver. We're going to put them in stacks of 1. Right now, it's about 8 silver. We're just going to flat 7 silver it, because if one's going to sell, it's going to be mine. These charms. So let's take a look. You always want to make sure that the deposit is low. We're going to sell them in groups of 1, and we're going to be aggressive with it. Some are at 60. We're going to go 45 silver because honestly, if we get 45 silver for them, we'll be very happy. We're the cheapest on there. We did look at the silk, the spider silk. I'm going to leave it up to you, to your discretion. To me, is it worth it? 7. I mean, yeah, we could try it on this one, post them as individuals, 24 hours, hope that they sell. We'll do 13 silver a piece. Doesn't make that much, but it's a 2 silver deposit, and on the normal spider silk, to me, it's not even worth it. 1 silver essentially to put it up to make 1 silver. We'll just vend it. We got our solid stone here. This one I usually put in lots of 2 or 3. There we go. 5 silver, pretty consistent on that. We'll get all those up. Small quantities. Our small flame sacks, price on this has gone down. It could be someone really trying to undercut this. In my opinion, I think that this item can very clearly sell for the 50 silver. So I'm going to post it for 50. You post it for whatever you want. And then we got the shoulders. I think 10 silver, easy sale there. So, I'll have a tally. I'll do a tally at the end of what I end up kind of listing the majority of all of this on. Sharp claws, we'll just do 7 silver a piece on those. This piece right here, none even posted. It's only worth, so we'll just do 25 silver. I think as a low B, 25 silver is more than reasonable. Raptor egg, we said that's for cooking. Should be able to sell it too. This recipe, not worth as much as we thought it was. It's selling for about double, but your auction fees are significantly higher. So I'll leave that up to your discretion whether you want to post it. This one, on the other hand, seems to be quite a bit higher. So we will do a good undercut because ours is going to sell. Sorry, everybody else, but mine is going to sell first. And for the most part, we're getting close. We can look at the coal here. Coal, yeah, so pretty much just vendor it. These burning charms, just vend it. These cresting charms, none are even up. If you want to test it, you can. I'm not going to bother with it. We still have the one enchanting water in there. We do have the pants. These are worth vending. And the last is the stringed vulture meat. None are even in there, but yeah, 2 silver a piece seems about right. I would just set it to 24 hours because you want to pay 0 auction fees on it in lots of 1 because somebody doing cooking will want to buy them. And the rest we can just kind of end. And that takes us to the end of our guide. Guys, we will do another guide for mining as well as going into higher levels. But as far as making a bit of gold from essentially level probably 9 all the way to 45, this is going to be your stepping stone. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on our next live stream or our next video. All right, there we go. For the sake of the video, I'm done, but I'll still be live for a little bit longer. Most of them are 20. I used your pricing from the eBay streams. I see my listings. Oh, how do you look at the percent? Good question, Jarn. Does your auction, do you have the auction add-on is the question number 1. I'm just going to vend all this. No need to keep any of that. We've got these. We'll save those. I don't. Okay, well, there's an auction add-on. I would go and get that. Let me just look it up, what it's called, and I'll tell you the exact name of it. I should have the turtle launcher somewhere. Add-ons. Auction bar profiles. No, that's action bar. Auctionator. It's called Auctionator. Go and get that add-on. It will do you wonders. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm going to do like one more just little zip into the Badlands to get some mining stuff to post, and then we're going to call it for today. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the content I just put in front of you guys. I think that was good learning, and it was great for anybody that wants to go back and just make some silver. I would say the biggest surprise to me was Swamp of Sorrow. You're not going to get as many of the venom sacks, but the spiders alone, the junk loot you'd get from it are really good. There's definitely an auction add-on. I know for a fact there is. I think I just pressed the X on the launcher. I know that there is some sort of auction add-on. Read them all. One of them will be auction or selling related. Bonus material. This is how Donnie makes money. I just go and do mining. Donnie goes mining in the Badlands and Searing Gorge. And we just finished the playlist. Okay. Let's go to, I mean, we just had the Super Mario one on. Let's just throw that on until we're done streaming. This will be a fun edit. This will be interesting, I think, when I turn this into a long form video. How well it will do, I don't know. It's not related to any of my content, but it'll be fun to throw up, and it will be also good to throw up in the for the guild to watch. I mean, I know people talk about making video, like people talk about wanting to make gold, and none of this is necessarily an exact secret or anything, but I think it's good content. I know Jarn learned a lot. I'm sure others learned a little bit. I'm definitely going to rewatch that vid a lot. Good. That is the point. You know what? Whoop. Jarn, you know what? I would have to take a look. I feel like if you go on the Discord for the guild, somebody will have already put it in there on add-ons. There might be a direct link to it, or you could ask somebody what auction ones they're using and somebody can post it for you. I'm like fairly certain. I just looked. We could look, because I just closed the launcher. Like, I can't reopen the launcher. Well, I could try to reopen the launcher. Hopefully it doesn't screw up my game. Let's just see all the add-ons I have. If I die by a horde, it's your fault. My current add-ons. Action bar profile, Atlas loot, action bar turtle wow. Auctionator, that probably is it. Ox. Oh, is there one called Ox? Auction house replacement. Better character stats, modern map markers, P Popo bigwigs, PF Quest, pizza world buffs. I might take that one off. Rested XP, DPS, tweaks, turtle mail, threat meters. Because yeah, like anybody that's paying attention, I mean, we've done quite well, and we've just started. Like 5 solid stone already, mithril ore, 5 of those, 2 of these, 1 star ruby, which star rubies I just vend for the most part. I already have enough in the bank. 3 dense stone, 12 silver each. Blue sapphire already. That's worth 1 gold. Like, not have to kill anything to get all the stuff I'm getting. So, a little bit of junk loot, but... Okay. You will be able to find something, I'm sure. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Come on, these have high potential for good gold. Like, okay, I'll tell you how much I make just from this one node. It has high potential, doesn't mean it's always going to be high. Okay, that one was not as good. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 silver for just hitting that one node. That's still pretty not bad at all. Mining, I'm a firm believer in the mining making money. It's about as as easy income as you could hope for in this game. Get your mining to 300 and then get it to 310. It's going to be the easiest way to make money. Once you're 60. Jarn, did you get your turtle mount already or yet? Good man. I'm gonna take you guys real quick on my farming loop. Anybody that will want to see this, this is just my personal way that I make a little bit of money. I would say it's a decent way to make money. I would definitely go as far to say it's decent. If there's lots of horde down here or lots of people mining, it sucks. But I'm already down here getting lots of nodes, so I know it's fine. But I'll tally it up. I won't I'm not going to put this in the video, but I will tally it up how much and just tell you guys how much approximately I'm expecting to make. But you got to be level 60 down here because these guys, they have a bad habit of hitting hard sometimes. Oh, nice. That's a little bonus. Getting this green, it's for a quest down here. That's like an extra gold right there. Just by killing to get to these. True silver is like... Pretty much all you do with true silver is you just smelt it. And then you turn it... You smelt it and then you... Ah, shoot. I shouldn't have aggroed that guy. I'm going to just run away. You just essentially want to oh, come on, don't die. Yeah, you just want to smelt it. That's it. Smelt it and then vend it. You smelt it and then you vend it, and it's worth 12 silver each. So just going up to that node, hitting it twice, you get 2 of them. It's 24, actually it's 25 silver. It's 12 and a half silver per one. So, and every node is anywhere between 2 to 4, not including if it gives you gems. And all of this mining stuff sells very consistent. Very consistent. So Jarn, if you haven't started mining yet, start doing it. It's good. It'll pay off in the long run for sure. Actually pays you off as you go. All right, we got a gemstone deposit. So this one you need 310 for, so you got to have special equipment for it, which I have on me. And you only get to hit it once, but you'll get 3 gems. Boom. 1 gold, 1 gold, not 1 gold, but still 2 gold just for hitting that thing one time. Now, the argument to everything I just said in the video is once you hit level 60, like, it's so much easier to make money. That goes for professions too, right? Getting your professions up and then being able to get into a zone like this. I mean, you know, it's just really not that hard for me to go on here, do this loop, and make like probably 15 to 20 gold in, I don't know, half an hour or less. Are you doing blacksmithing? Honestly, I'm not sure how much you would truly gain from blacksmithing unless you take it really deep. Blacksmithing is, I have blacksmithing, but I had to get it to 300. You get to do these sharpening stones, which are good. If you become a weaponsmith or an armor smith at the end, that's a whole other bag of worms you have to consider. If you become an armor smith, you can make armor for people and make a little bit of money from that. If you become a weaponsmith, you might be able to make weapons for people and make money from that. For me, I literally did it so that I could get this cool sword, because the only way you can get this sword is by being a blacksmith, as well as I got a tanking set of armor that you can get a bonus if you're a blacksmith. So for me, that was worth it, but I'm not saying that means it's worth it for everybody. Engineering is better late game. It will be better late game. I promise you, if you level up your engineering, the tools you'll get with it, if you stick with the game at 300 engineering, will be well worth it. All I can say is you just have to trust me. Like, I've considered dropping blacksmithing for engineering, but the reality is it's not really worth it. For me, because I have my blacksmithing already to 300. If my blacksmithing was even like 260 or something still, it might be worth considering. But since I've already done the work to get to 300 and I'm a swordsmith, we do have another swordsmith in the guild, but I don't think at this point it's worth dropping. Well, I mean, I would say you definitely should consider doing mining. If you're not doing mining, mining is pretty hand in hand with warriors, because you can make yourself a little bit of gear. Like, it's not like you have to, but it can be good. Yeah, you can learn mining anywhere. You can learn mining in Stormwind, Ironforge, Elwyn, the starting Dwarf Zone. Like, mining is one of the most available things you can learn. Ooh, we just got some green shoulders. Like, those green shoulders sell for a gold just to the vendor. Yeah. Leveling up. Easiest way to make gold. You heard it here first. Three dent stone, 1 thorium, 2 thorium. Yeah, like 30, 40. That's 50 silver just for doing that. I wish I could get this. This guy's way too strong to fight though by myself. 23,000 HP. Not gonna happen. The unfortunate truth you have to accept sometimes, that's not your battle. That's not your fight. But we can get all these. Hey, hey, let me get to you. Oh, all three of them. Now I'm leveling in Northwind. Very nice, Jarn. Let's take a look. Where are you at? You're still level 30, Jarn. I thought you were level 31 yet. Why are you not level 31 yet? I'm just giving you a hard time. There we go. So that one was 25, 35, 36 and a half silver just for that one. Okay, that's fair. Jarn, go study. If you want to become the master mechanic, you need to get your studies in. No, I'm gonna level up. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna hit this guy. We're gonna go cash in this other one. Then we're gonna do a little quick tally, simple math it, see how much money we made just from this one little run. And this is only half the run. Usually I go up to Searing Gorge, but I'm gonna call it for today after I'm done that. So, ooh, we got a gem that we're just gonna vend, but still a gem. Well, you don't need spirit or intellect, Jarn. So that helmet does mostly nothing for you. Unless you're not wearing a helmet. If you're not wearing a helmet, I guess you can put it on for just the armor. It's better than no helmet. So there you go. It's better than no helmet. But that's it. Is it mail? I mean, here's the thing. You might be able to, like, if you were listening to what I was saying, right? You might be able to sell it to a paladin. But, like, also, if you don't sell it, you just lose all those auction fees. So, is it worth trying to sell it? That's the thing you got to keep in mind, right? Okay, what material is it? That's the question. What material are we talking? Is it mail? Is it leather? Is it cloth? It won't be plate. I mean, a druid might buy it. I don't know. Honestly, if I was you, maybe you're not wearing a helmet, you can put it on and then vend it when you get a better helmet, or just sell it. I wouldn't put it on the auction house personally. Maddie probably would. Z might. I probably wouldn't. If I'm going to make small silver, I want to do it on things that I know sell. That's my mentality. I can make small silver on anything, right? Collect all my auction house sales. There we go, 5 gold. Quick little 5 gold in the bank. All right, so we're just gonna go here. So real quick, okay, I'll sell at the end. I'll do my smelting, and then I'm gonna smelt. I'll tell you how much I made, because I know how much I can sell it all for. But yeah, so we got a good amount of stuff here. Did they already sell? Did what already sell, Jarn? The stuff from today? 4 items from today already sold. Some things that I had already put in the auction house sold. Yeah, I'd already sold all my elemental earth. And some solid stone. Okay. So we're not going to include this iron. We can I can look at how much we made now. We're going to vend all of this. Yeah, I don't really need this. I'm just going to vend it. This I'm going to keep, and this I'm going to keep. I may as well vend this. Jade we have no reason for. Okay, so I don't know how long it took for me to come down here and do this little lap, but we're going to have, in the end, 41 mithril, which mithril bars, I've been selling them for about 8 or 9 silver a piece. So that's about 1.6, 1.5, we'll call it. 1.5 gold per stack. So we're going to have 3 gold there. These have been selling for 10 a piece. So we got another gold there, 4 gold. These have been selling for 5 a piece. So 1 gold stack. So 3, 4, 5. 5.5. This, another gold. 6 gold. 6 gold, and we didn't even get any good drops. Plus, it was actually 6.5 gold. So 7 gold. 8 gold. 9 gold. 9.7. 10.8. 11.2, 11.3 gold in that little 20-minute run around. Then I could go to the Syrian Gorge and do it again and get more gold. Oh, and then also not including this, which is, so another 10 gold flat right there because this gets vended. So just shy of 15 gold all said and done by that little excursion I did. It is that simple sometimes. No, you didn't. That sounds pretty awesome. Jarn, actually, Jarn, we should take a look. I can actually make some armor for you. I think I have like a really good set of mail armor I can make for your level that you'd use for a really long time. Let me start flying and then I'll look for it. Yeah. This is it right here. It's only level 24, but it's plus 14 strength, 214 armor, and 6 stamina. The only thing that's like really bad is my cloak. I can't make cloaks, unfortunately. The only issue about this is not necessarily the cheapest thing to make. It's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Nah, this is like, I mean, I guess it's not that expensive. It's like a 1.5 gold to make. Yeah, that's not the best, Jarn. You're going to want something strength related, or strength, agility, or stamina related. Always, that's what you're going to look for. But the one thing I have issues with this armor for you is it's like you're level 31. So like you're kind of getting to that, you know, like, is it that good for you? Yeah, I mean, it's not like that. That's not bad. Being completely honest, Jarn, that's not bad. This is not that much better for the fact that, like you just said, you only have 1 gold. So the upgrade is like 1.5, right? Yours is, I would say yours is pretty solid. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Also, I wouldn't be too worried about it because you said what am I trying to say here? You're almost level 40, Jarn, and at level 40, that's when warriors start to wear plate. So you're so close to the point where you're gonna want to be starting to wear plate instead of mail. You go to the auction house and buy cloaks. I'm about to go to the auction house. I'll take a look to see if there's any cheap cloaks for you. You just go, I like to look this way. Armor. Actually, I think it's considered cloth, which is stupid, but it is what it is. We'll just say under level 30. Yeah, so there's some cloaks here. Not horrible priced, but I would be careful what you buy. 35 for 4 strength. That's 35 silver. That's not bad. Like, honestly, I would probably be more like this. I would honestly buy this if I was you. I know it's not like that good, but like considering yours is junk, 10 silver for 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 stamina is like not great, but it's definitely better than what you got, you know? And it's cheap. That's the kicker, it's cheap. War paint cloak. That's what I would buy at the auction house if I was you. Yeah, that's the best bang for buck. If you needed more HP, you could go with this one, Stone Mason Cloak, which is 3 stamina instead. But yeah, or you just wait until you get one. Honestly, for the level you're at, does it really truly matter? Not really. That's pretty good. But I mean, Jarn, you don't have like you determine how much health you have based on whether you're dying, right? Like if you find that you're dying more than you should be, then you need more health, right? Okay, then we're gonna sell. Let's get rid of these. They'll sell. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good. Jarn, I would say it sounds pretty good. All right, we got the auction house all set up. I got lots of things for sale. All of this is my stuff for sale, so that'll be good. That'll keep going for the next day or 2 or 3. All right, guys. Well, that is where I'm going to call the stream today. Bonus stream completed. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate all of you being here. We will be back on for Monday for our regular streaming schedule. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And content coming out daily on Shorts. Yeah. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. And we will see you on Monday.